In the aftermath of the 2024 election, America is even more divided than before. Half the country fears the end of democracy, and the other half welcomes it. As America inches toward the brink of authoritarian rule, now more than ever, we must force ourselves to have the necessary conversation. Welcome to the necessary conversation. I'm Chad Kultgen. With me is my lefty sister, my lib of TikTok sister, Haley Pope. We'll be getting into that. And my deep MAGA till death parents, Bob and Mary Lou. Now, this week was a big week. It was Trump's first full week in office, and he initiated a whirlwind of executive orders and all kinds of stuff, raising all kinds of eyebrows and more than that. So we're going to get into a bunch of that. We're going to get into how he tried to go against the 14th Amendment. We're going to get into Hegseth's confirmation. We're going to get into a bunch of stuff. Before we begin that, before we even ask a question, Mom and Dad, I want to ask you one thing. Hello? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
You love the Bible. Dad, I got you a Trump Bible for Christmas. You claim to be Christian. Trump did not put his hand on the Bible when he was sworn in. How did you feel about that?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Mom?
Yeah, he should have. It was weird. I think whoever was swearing him in, like, he didn't even have the family up there real quick enough around him. Like, it went.
So it was the fault of the person swearing him in that he didn't put his hand on the Bible.
No, she wasn't quite up there yet, and the guy had already started.
It doesn't
Listen. If that would have been Kamala Harris,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Calling her the fucking devil.
It doesn't matter.
I really read something where he had already been sworn.
You're all screwed. Just get used to it.
Okay. You promised.
Why do you want your children to be screwed?
Well, because you don't believe in what we believe in.
Okay. And therefore, we can never have a difference of opinion on anything or have any kind of differing ideologies. We should be therefore screwed.
It doesn't matter what you think. You've already lost.
Okay. Thank you for those answers. Okay. Now, Mom, do you have any ditties?
Yes, I do. But getting back to the hand on the Bible, I read stuff. I don't know if it's real or not anymore, but I read that he had already been sworn in.
That's irrelevant. This was televised, and he did not put his hand on the Bible like every other fucking president in the history of presidencies.
And it doesn't fucking matter.
Okay, here's what does matter. 4 more hostages were released. They were Israeli hostages. 4 women were released. The reunion that we saw on TV, incredible. So 4 more released. Thank God, and thank Trump. There was
Just quit whining and take your medicine.
Hey.
Who's whining? I'm just asking you questions.
You are.
You going to be good today or not? Or do I need to go in the other room?
Probably
not. Oh,
what's going on over there, Dad?
Stop it, Chad.
Why so angry?
He's fine.
All right.
There was
Trump won. Should be happy.
There was a march to life that Trump and Vance. Trump spoke, I think, pre-recorded because he was already out in L.A. Vance spoke. It was good. Thousands of people, the National Mall. And Mike Johnson spoke there too. That was on Friday.
But wait. Did you see among the crowd was a white supremacist group, hundreds thick? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, good.
I didn't see that.
Dad, are you a white supremacist? Dad, are you a white supremacist?
Sure.
Okay.
What?
Of course I am. Do I think whites are superior to other people intelligently? Absolutely, not a question about it.
And do you think you're an average Trump voter?
Yeah.
You think most Trump voters are also white supremacists?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He's just in the mood to rumble, so get ready.
I'm ready.
Trump has hit the ground running, like what you said. He was at North Carolina. He looked at the people there in tents and put them right up in hotels. He said, this is terrible. Mm-hmm. Then he went to L.A.,
and did not put anyone up in a hotel. In fact, said we will not give you aid.
I'm not going to help you
unless you pass voter registration.
That's correct.
Or voter ID.
In North Carolina?
In LA.
in
in
LA.
North Carolina,
No,
he put
in
them up
LA,
in
and
tents.
he's right
Yeah.
in LA.
They've been in tents for months.
You got
when
to get those two fucking idiots who's running the show out of there,
Now,
out of the way.
you
I thought
realize
these
there
were
are
my
Trump
ditties.
voters who
What
lost their
happened to my ditty
houses.
time?
Should those Trump voters also be forced to reconcile with this?
Sure.
Okay.
What happened to my ditty time, you little
Tough
ditty?
shit.
Go ahead.
It's called
Okay.
You're
tough
dittying.
shit.
So then when he got to LA, your mayor and him were up there at a table. They kind of got in some
I
words
watched
and
it.
stuff. She was like, we will let them back to see their houses within a week. And Trump's going, no, they need to be back within 24 hours. They need to get in there. That's not fair to them.
Because she's inferior.
And then she was like, we really have this, figured out. And then more or less when the conversation was kind of over, she said, okay, they can go back within
Yeah,
24 hours.
she's
Then they
inferior.
cut her off on the microphone. I kind of did like that.
She's inferior.
Okay. Carrie Underwood
That's
saying,
why you got the fucking mess you're living in.
my ditties.
Okay.
Do you want me to go in the other room? I will. Carrie Underwood sang America the Beautiful at the inaugural.
Yeah, after like
And-
15 minutes of technical difficulties, the first thing
Right.
Trump did in office was screw up Carrie Underwood's performance.
It was because there was no music playing. And then you see
And then
her
they played the
mouth.
wrong music.
There was none, I don't think.
Yes, there
And
was
so
none,
you
and then the wrong music.
Well, then you see her mouth, I'll just sing it. You're like, don't worry, I'll just sing it a cappella. Then she belts it out. It was America the Beautiful. I really liked it. I
Yeah.
thought she did. Like, it was like they said it was under pressure and she did her job and did it.
Mhm.
Now, because she had already signed on to be a new judge for who's that lady that she took her spot? Oh, anyway, she was going to be a new judge on American Idol. And she still is, but American Idol now is given like pushback saying, we don't want to be political. We don't
Yeah.
want to turn this into a PR crisis. Now that's woke. That's woke to me.
There are still ideologies. They are quickly eroding, but there are still ideologies in place in mainstream media that are not pro-Trump. And I mean, the first time around, Hollywood was absolutely against Trump on every front. Now, that's not so much the case, especially where mainstream news is concerned. They're all normalizing it. CNN, MSNBC, any news channel you watch is just like, and President Trump enacted 5 executive orders today repealing the 14th Amendment. Jimmy, over to you. Like they don't
stop it.
They're not pushing back at all. I'm curious to see if Hollywood in the kind of like reality TV space, in scripted space, if they still are going to, try to have some kind of agenda that's against Trump. I personally don't think they will. I think that it's lights out.
Okay. Barron set social media ablaze after his dad was sworn in. He walked over to, I'm not going to say that man's name anymore, walked over to him, shook hands with him.
What
And
man?
the internet is going, what did he say to him? There were some lip readers that said he thinks that he said, it's time, sir. Some thinks your time is over, sir. Shook his
Who
hand.
did he
walked-
say this to?
Biden. He went right
Oh, you're not
over,
going to say Biden's name. Okay.
shook his hand,
Yeah.
and lip readers are trying to figure out what he said.
Okay.
And it was very quick, very brief, but then you see Biden's face go kind of like, what
Yeah.
did he just
Biden is
say?
a coward. No two ways about it. Just throwing the deuces as he's walking out the door, watching America crumble. He handed this country to a dictator. We are now living in an authoritarian nation, and it is because of him, in my opinion, or Democratic Party at large, but he's the leader of it.
The clothes that those women wore at that inaugural, oh my God, beautiful, beautiful. New York designers. There was, let's see.
You realize that you've become a fan of reality TV. That's what you just did.
No,
Like
I
all of this shit is just like a reality show.
I like to see pretty women dressed up pretty.
Watch The Bachelor.
guy-
It starts Monday. It starts tomorrow. Season 29.
Okay, I thought their suits were just what they had on, the hats, how they looked. The second lady was stunning. I loved everything about it. And then we watched some of the balls, but not all of it. I do think what was funny too was Lauren Sanchez. Is that the way you say her last name? That is Bezos' lady. She had worn a white I think it was a pantsuit, a top and bottom, but then she wore like a Madonna, a bra thing underneath. And Zuck was sitting beside her, and it's all over the internet. And she has quite large tatas. So Zuckerberg, then they show him going, he's like looking at her bra and her tatas through most
Yeah,
of
but
that.
what you should be taking away from that is that the richest people in the world are sitting behind Donald Trump, controlling the United States government now.
Yeah.
What should I take away from that?
That the richest people in the world are controlling the United States government to enrich themselves further.
Good.
By him
Why is
looking
that good,
at her
Dad?
tatas, that's what I should take away from that? That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. And they're all above the law.
Okay.
And now they own us.
Those are my ditties.
All right.
Babies.
I'm going to skip the question today because the ditties were kind of long. So let's get into the first topic. Haley is a lib of TikTok. This week, Haley found herself posted on Libs of TikTok, which is one of several far-right and anti-LGBTQ social media accounts operated by Chaya Raichik, who uses the accounts to repost content created by left-wing and LGBTQ people on TikTok and other social media platforms, often with hostile and derogatory commentary. The Libs of TikTok account promote hate speech and transphobia and spread false claims, especially relating to medical care of transgender children. The Twitter account, also known by the handle Libs of TikTok, has over 3.5 million followers and has become influential among American conservatives and the political right. Libs of TikTok's social media accounts have received several temporary suspensions and a permanent suspension from TikTok. Haley, tell us how you ended up on Libs of TikTok and what has happened as a result this week.
Okay, let me think. Okay, so this isn't our first go with, we always get political when I feel the time is right. Like when shit is happening and popping off, we always post or run like a cookie or something to just like bring awareness, let people in our community know that we feel this way. Yeah.
And let this be known. Everything you're about to hear is because of a cookie.
Yeah. So I had seen Marianne Budd. Is that how you say her name? Bud?
I think it's
Budde. Okay, so Bishop Marianne Budde gave her sermon, and I watched it. Watched the clips, I watched like all the clips of it. And I'm not a religious person, but like watching this woman, she knew she had him there, right? Like you can't fucking get up.
Set the scene. Trump was there.
Anywhere.
Trump was there, and she was delivering the sermon. He was front row right there.
Yeah, it's like an Episcopal church.
Was there.
It's an Episcopal church in Washington, D.C. I believe they do this for all of the inaugurations. Like it's a common thing that they do, and this is always the church. Anyway, she was the one delivering the sermon, and like she knew that you can't get up. It's being televised. I fucking got you. And so an immense fucking like just so much bravery, guts, fucking moxie to say this on air, knowing everyone's watching. And the sentiment was essentially like, if you claim to be a Christian like he does, and your entire fucking MAGA wing, why aren't you doing Christ-like things like having mercy on people who fucking need it? There is an entire community of LGBTQ plus people out there literally fearing for their lives right now, given what's going on in our political climate. All immigrants are fucking terrified. So all she asked of him was that he have mercy on these people. And you saw them eye roll, kind of shake their heads a little bit. And then immediately following, he demanded an apology and, called her names like he does, like all MAGA does. It was all kind of like uneducated bullshit banter. But I thought like, wow, this, she's a fucking icon, like a legend, a living legend. So I said, we're putting her on a cookie. We're going to run this shit. Let's see what happens. Immediately following, there was a backlash, not only from MAGA in my town, but, the people follow us like worldwide. So there was just like the initial backlash of us posting those cookies. From that, I made a post saying, let me preface it with this. We were getting phone calls around the clock. Will you make my Trump cake? Fuck you, bitch. Shit like that. Nobody really wanted to order a cake. They were asking for things very next day and doing so like in an insulting manner. So I just simply posted on my page, I will make your Trump bullshit. I will, but I need notice because we book up. I literally need 2 to 3 weeks notice for
Sure.
custom cakes. That's a thing for fucking anyone. I said, I will make your cake. I need notice. No, we don't charge you more than anyone else. That's a fucking lie. There was just all this false narrative happening
Sure.
on social media that I wouldn't do it. But we will. And so I just kind of made that clear. And I said, all of you assholes in this town and otherwise who have been harassing us, you're fucking garbage.
Yeah.
And I mean that. And I will not apologize for it because they are like part of
Yep.
this town is fucking garbage. So, I put that post and then Libs of TikTok somehow found it, got a hold of it, posted it, on Twitter and wherever else they are. And within a matter of minutes, I was inundated with our phone at the bakery was ringing like literally nonstop. Immediately following a call was another call, and it was stuff like one of my other bakers answered the phone and was greeted with you fat fucking retard. I want to shove a cake up your cunt. I hope you die. So that was our first call.
Yeah. Good morning.
Immediately followed by, I hope it burns down. You're a fucking F slur, just like everything that you can imagine.
Can't you trace
So
those calls with the numbers?
I wrote them all down with their names and their numbers. But I've been to the police department here with similar shit. And they basically told me unless somebody physically assaults me or sends me these via text message on my personal phone, there's nothing I can do. And it's just bullying. So they're kind of like no help.
I'll be right
So
back.
I can
this
hear
happened
you.
I'll be right back.
This happened for about 2 days straight. In addition to just voicemails, emails around the clock. I couldn't even get to
Constant
emails.
harassment.
So constant fucking a barrage of just harassment. So I was like, I always kind of, it doesn't ever stop me. I'm never going to stop. None of this really fucking matters. I'm trying to, what we do with these cookies is more than just like, I'm not just trying to make money. People say that all the time. What are you doing with the money? I actually donate 50% of the proceeds to like some cause, that pertains to what we're doing. So with all these Marion Buddy cookies, we are literally donating 50% of the proceeds to a local LGBTQ plus organization. So there is a fucking reason that we do this.
Yeah.
From Libs of TikTok, I got interviewed by the New York Times, the Dallas Morning News, CBS, fucking Fort Worth Star Telegram, some shit in Austin. I got people in Australia saying that the news made it there. We were like headlining on MSN. I got a personal email and phone call from the actual church. So I met her sister yesterday, came into the bakery.
That's cool.
So I'm crossing my fingers that I will get to meet her. I really want to hand deliver cookies to Mary and Buddy. We'll see what happens. But Libs of TikTok
Wants to go there.
They tried to cancel me. They tried to cancel me.
And it backfired. Made you more powerful than ever. Just like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes.
If you strike me down, I will become stronger than you can possibly imagine. Or whatever he said.
This has happened to us at least a handful of times in the 6 years we've been here. It's not our first rodeo, but it's certainly the most violent and like the most viral.
Need it for your daughter.
Well, congratulations on your virality. Sorry about the harassment. Dad, I have a question for you. Do you think Haley deserved this harassment?
Sure.
Okay. But you're a big proponent of free speech, right?
Yes.
Those cookies are free speech. You think you should be harassed for exercising your right to free speech?
Right. You can't fix stupid.
Who are you saying is stupid in this case?
Haley.
Okay. Mom, do you think Haley deserved the harassment?
No, but she is one-sided, just like the minister was one-sided in the speech.
You better save your money. You may need it for your daughter's school.
If the minister was Christian, like what you're saying, she would have also spoke, please
that makes
pray.
You stupid.
You're done.
No, leave him in. Leave him in. This needs to be seen. This is MAGA.
Please pray. The minister should have said, what is she, a deacon? What is she?
A
Bishop.
bishop.
She should have said also, please pray for the people that have been murdered, raped, kidnapped by illegals that have come across the border. But we don't bring that up.
What do you mean we don't bring
that
that
have
up?
been raped from illegals. No, she's just saying it the other way around. So she's just like, to me, she was one-sided and she was stuffing it down his throat and everybody else's. And it was very uncomfortable. If she was a real Christian, she would have said, pray for everyone.
Right.
She didn't.
Okay. But that includes the LGBTQ community. That includes all these immigrants who are getting deported. Right.
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay.
But I also agree with people that have been murdered by illegals.
Yeah.
Bring those up. Why don't we bring that up?
Well,
because she was one-sided, the same way Haley is with the bakery with these cookies.
do you guys think you're one-sided?
Yes.
Okay. So it's
In
cool
our
to be
beliefs,
one-sided then. It's fine to be
beliefs.
one-sided.
I want to say this real quick too. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do it. People that listen to us on this podcast, not only is Haley getting bullshit now and bad stuff, so is your dad, so is me, and I'm probably, Chad's got some, but I haven't showed it to him. I'm not.
I look at it all. I see it all.
I'm not reading that anymore. If you don't like us, you don't like Haley, you don't like Chad, don't watch us. But you don't know our family dynamics either. You're seeing us during a time when we fight over politics. You don't see us at Christmas. You don't see us when we don't trash each other over politics. So leave us the, you know what, alone. Don't send me an email that says what an evil witch I am and a devil, and they hope I'm dead too. Don't send me that shit.
Dad, let me ask you this. Do you think Mom deserves the harassment she's getting?
Sure.
Oh, God damn.
Okay, let's move on to our next topic.
Exactly.
Our next topic is Trump pardons all of the January 6 convicts, including violent criminals. In the first week of his second term, Trump issued pardons to over 1,500 individuals involved in the January 6, 2021 Capitol attack, including prominent figures like Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio and Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rhodes, as well as violent insurrectionists who were found guilty by way of video evidence of committing violent assaults against police officers. Law enforcement organizations, including the Fraternal Order of Police and the International Association of Chiefs of Police, condemned these pardons, stating that they undermine the rule of law and devalue the sacrifices of officers who defended the Capitol that day. Critics argue that these pardons send a dangerous message, potentially emboldening future acts of political violence, and a national debate about accountability and the limits of executive clemency is currently raging. Mom, is it okay to pardon violent criminals?
Well, I think when Biden started pardoning all his family, none
of his family committed a violent crime against police officers in the Capitol.
$30 million and trickle it down to every Sam, Dick, and Harry and their family.
Not a violent crime.
Okay. But when Trump saw that, he's like, okay, it's open target now. I'm letting them all out.
Including violent criminals.
Yeah.
In many cases, I mean, they were assaulting police officers. You have a big problem with immigrants committing violent crime, but not these January 6th insurrectionists.
So wait, can I say something?
Please.
Yeah.
So he pardoned all of these people, but he also pardoned Ross Ulbricht. Okay, have you heard of Silk Road?
Nope.
Do you know what I'm talking about at all?
I didn't know that he pardoned him.
He's pardoned.
What the fuck?
He let him out.
Huh.
Yeah. And
I guess
so
for
I'm
his
like,
Bitcoins or for his meme coins.
He
he'll help
also
him.
And we're also going to lock up the black cop who shot what's-her-face.
Yeah.
He's going to fucking jail. Get ready.
And Biden also put in prison the woman that was just saying a prayer.
Forgot about that, jackass.
Okay, none of everything you're saying, meaningless. I'm asking you about.
That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
Nothing you got to say is meaningful.
Okay.
All right.
You two are done. You're crybaby whiners.
Okay.
We are.
Yeah. We won. We're not crying about anything.
Starting with the man in the mirror.
I want the black guy who shot the girl to go to fucking jail or possibly get executed.
No, he got an award. They gave him an award.
I'm hoping he gets killed.
They gave him an award.
Because he was doing his job as a cop?
No, he shot somebody in cold-blooded murder.
in the back of the head. I don't
Who are
agree
you talking
with the
about?
woman that
The
was
guy at
sitting
the Capitol
outside.
who shot the woman in the neck?
I don't agree with the
He
woman.
needs to be executed.
The woman that was sitting outside a Planned Parenthood
Shot.
clinic,
Taken out back and shot.
praying, and they put her in jail for 2 years.
Okay.
No,
I don't know
lady-
anything you're talking about,
or
and
the
you're
lady that was sitting in
completely
the Capitol
avoiding the
praying.
question.
Got
Okay.
3 years.
You're avoiding the question. I'm asking you about these violent
That's
insurrections.
all I hear
Let me ask this
coming out
question.
of your mouth.
Okay, you got to have him in the frame, Mom, so we can see him.
You don't want to see that. You don't.
Yes, we do.
Please be good. God,
What
remember?
do you mean be good?
Okay,
I'm talking to two buffoons.
my
Buffett.
question is this. Do you think any of these people pardoned will now commit other crimes?
No,
Let's hope so.
no.
Why do you want them to commit crimes, Dad?
Why not?
Well, because crimes are bad for society, generally
Oh,
speaking,
they are.
because there are victims of those crimes.
When
I
did
think
you
one
come
of
to that
them-
conclusion?
Stop
I think
it.
one of them is going to try to go for Fauci now that he has no
I'm all
fucking
for that.
security detail, and
Mhm.
Donald Trump literally just kind of said like, have at him.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I think
Putin's
one
gonna
of
go
them may
after
do
him.
it.
I
Have
hope
you not
Fau-
heard?
I hope Fauci goes to prison.
Have you
in
not
Russia.
heard? Putin says, "Give me Fauci so I can get him over here and put him in prison, and then the war will stop." That's what I've heard. He has already said.
Huh? I will stop the war with Ukraine if you give me Fauci?
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Well, I don't understand that at all. But let me ask you this.
course you don't.
Or let me tell you this. I watched an interview with a kid who was probably 20-ish years old.
All right, then I'm
This
not
kid-
staying anymore. I'm tired of you poking at me.
This kid turned his dad in on January 6th. He saw the video. He's like, "Oh shit, that's my dad." He called the police. He said my dad was there. His dad was put in jail. That dad is now out of jail. In this
Good.
interview, the kid said, "I had to buy a gun. I fear for my life literally every second of every day. There could be some retribution that dad would do against that son. There could be retribution from many of these people against whoever tipped
Good.
off the cops that they were there that day or whatever." And you think that's good?
I think it's awesome.
Okay. So do you think at all it sends the message that if you commit a crime, but that crime is one that Trump approves of, you're fine, there's no consequences?
That's exactly right. I think
Okay.
that's awesome.
None of those people should have been put in jail. If you put those people in jail, go back to
They attacked police
the
officers.
Summer of Love in Oregon. I think
Nope.
10 people
Nope.
got killed there.
Nope.
Not a single.
That's not what we're
person
talking
in-
about. That's not what we're
Of
talking
course
about.
It's not.
So
These
it's never the
people,
same. It's never the same.
those aren't the same acts. They are different things.
Killing
one's
people.
worse than the other.
Killing people.
Okay, let's simmer down. Mom, what do you think happens when you die?
I'm gonna go to the spirit in the sky. When I go, that's where I'm gonna go when I die. I'm going to heaven.
But you believe that's like a Christian heaven?
I'm gonna go to heaven. There's heaven, hell.
Mm.
I believe in heaven and hell. I'm gonna
Okay.
go to heaven. I hope.
Do you think dad will go to heaven or hell?
Heaven.
Dad, what do you think happens when you die?
You die.
I thought you were Christian. I had to buy you a Trump Bible.
No, being a Christian is while you're here on earth.
But you think when you die, there's no heaven?
I don't think there's anything. I think it's a fucking dirt nap.
You think there's a God, though?
Do I think there is a God as far as what you do here on earth? Once you die, it's over.
And that God to you is Donald Trump.
That
Oh.
God, it
Quit
can be Donald
putting
Trump,
words in
it
his
can
mouth.
be anybody you want.
That's-
I would rather have Donald Trump running the show down here than anybody else.
Chad, do you think
I'm
that's
just
not
con-
even nice to say that?
Because I'm going
That-
to tell you right
Not
now.
nice to say
you
that. You're
live-
buying his
you live-
cologne.
You already live in fucking hell. You just too stupid to know it.
Okay. So I'm just confused. I thought you were Christian, but you don't believe in heaven and hell?
No.
Okay.
God,
I
in
guess that's his
heaven.
own brand of Christianity. Haley, what do you think happens when you die?
And when I was younger, like in high school and shit, I considered myself a pretty staunch atheist. I was convinced like nothing beyond this.
same.
But like as I've gotten older, I don't know, like just weird coincidences, like things of I guess
Synchronicities.
what people call fate, or like when I have uh deja vu, or like just weird kind of instances in life where it seems too connected to be coincidental.
Hmm.
I
Synchronicities.
definitely think like maybe I will come back as someone else, but like have those memories. So I don't know if I believe in reincarnation totally, but I feel like
I do
there has to
100%.
be something, because there are people that are in my life right now that I swear to God, there's it's like a connection that I can't explain, or like things happen and like I can't
Hmm.
explain it, but it feels so familiar. I don't know, or like
Yeah.
I've already lived this moment in time somehow. So I
Yeah.
feel like potentially whatever is in me, like whatever you want to call it, your soul, your spirit, your energy, whatever,
Hmm.
I feel like that somehow comes back in another package.
Yeah. Like you, as a younger person, I was also staunchly atheist. But as more and more science has come out revealing the true nature, or at least a higher level of understanding of the nature of quantum mechanics and quantum particles, it's becoming very apparent that space time doesn't exist. And what reality actually is a kind of realm of consciousness where all things are happening simultaneously. There is no past, present, or future. It's all one thing. And that layer of consciousness is reflected into physical reality through different kind of quantum principles. If that's true, I think that our consciousness is part of this greater kind of field of consciousness, and we return to it in one way or another upon death.
So are you still having your head frozen?
Full body.
Full body now?
Always was.
I thought it was just head.
Nope. Let's move on to our
Go
next
ahead and
topic.
tell them that. Go ahead and tell them that that's part of your way that you think you're going to come back.
No, I
We're
don't
not
think so.
skipping over that, mister.
I'm getting frozen when I die, but I visited the facility that does this a couple of summers ago, and I was at that moment convinced it will never work. But I'm still doing it. I'm rolling the dice. I'm giving myself that
Where is that
0.00001%
at?
chance.
Where's that
Arizona.
at? Where?
Arizona. It's called Alcor. Google away.
You're just gonna be you're gonna be like Ellen Ripley, just floating out in space in a fucking tube someday, just
As long as I
frozen.
got Jonesy. Let's move on to our next topic. Trump versus the 14th Amendment. Another one of Trump's tidal wave of executive orders this week, titled Protecting the Meaning and Value of American Citizenship, aims to end birthright citizenship for children born in the United States to non-citizen parents, including undocumented immigrants and those on temporary visas. This move challenges the 14th Amendment, which has long granted citizenship to all individuals born on U.S. soil. In response, attorneys general from 22 states filed lawsuits to block the order, and I think one of them actually got an injunction, if I remember the news correctly, but I don't have that in here, asserting that it violates the Constitution. A federal judge in Seattle, oh yeah, here it is. A federal judge in Seattle temporarily halted the executive order, labeling it blatantly unconstitutional. The Justice Department is expected to appeal, potentially escalating the issue to the Supreme Court. Mom's gone. Is she there? Hello, Mom?
I'm here.
All right, I can see Dad's little head poking up there. Dad, you are a big supporter of the Constitution. You would probably call yourself a constitutionalist. Yes?
Yes.
And you want to go to the 14th Amendment and talk about that?
Yeah. Do you think that Trump should be able to override the Constitution?
He's not overriding the Constitution. 14th Amendment was put in place to let blacks have babies. Free on the soil. Has nothing to do with the illegal aliens. Therefore, the 14th Amendment does not apply to this situation.
It 100% does, so much
No,
so
it
that a judge in
100%
Seattle
does not. It
halted
100%
the executive
does
order.
Not.
Then how did this judge
It
in
was
Seattle
put
come to that
It was
conclusion?
put in place for black slaves to have their kids stay here on the soil. It has
Okay.
nothing to do with the illegal aliens, and they are all banned from my country.
Okay. Well, you're wrong about that, and a judge
Well, I'm
disagrees
not
with
wrong
you.
about that. You are, and you're going to find that fucking out as soon as it starts going through the courts.
So you think that all of these courts, especially this one in Seattle, who halted the act, saying it's unconstitutional?
Yeah, they're going to reverse it.
Okay. So you believe you know more about the 14th Amendment and constitutional law than a judge?
Yes.
All right. Mom, you also kind of revere the Constitution, right?
I'm all confused now, actually, because I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, you do.
I'm looking
The
it up.
14th Amendment
I just put in 15th Amendment.
The 14th Amendment was indoctrinated to give black slaves
Okay, let's
their
see.
babies the right to stay here. It
I'm,
has nothing to do with the illegal aliens. Zero.
I'm looking it up.
Do you think that everyone born on U.S. soil should be granted citizenship, Dad?
No.
Okay. Who should be? Whites only?
In today's age now,
Yeah.
no. Anybody if you're an illegal alien, you're not eligible.
He's right. Oh my God.
But
I'm right. Oh my God.
okay, that's fine.
Wait
But
a
what
minute.
it has
It
been
was for
used for
blacks,
traditionally
you dumb
over the
shit.
past 100 years is if your parents are not U.S. citizens, but they have you in the United States on U.S. soil,
Yeah.
you are a U.S. citizen. That is
No,
birthright
you're not.
citizenship.
That was over the last 100 years,
I
and
don't
all
think-
those are going to be overturned.
Okay.
Okay, the 14th Amendment.
You're going back to where you came from.
Explain
But
The
what if where you
14th
came from is the United States?
that. Okay,
No,
get ready.
it's
Get
where
ready.
your mom and dad came
The
from.
14th Amendment to the United States Constitution was adopted on July 9th, 1868 as one of the Reconstructionist amendments, usually considered one of the most consequential amendments because it addresses citizenship rights and equal protection under the law and was proposed in response to issues related to formerly enslaved Americans following the Civil War. The amendment was bitterly contested, particularly by the states of the defeated Confederacy.
Okay.
So all your illegal fucking aliens can hit the bricks,
And it was regarding racial segregation.
and they will hit the bricks.
So
As
according
this
to
starts
your
going- as this starts going up the pole,
uh-huh.
it's not going to hold water.
So according to your logic, like Nanny shouldn't be here.
What do you mean?
Nanny, Aunt Virginia, they were first generation Americans born on
No,
this
that's
soil
not true.
from Grandma Gert, who
You're not
immigrated
listening.
here from
You-
another
you-
fucking country.
You fail to fucking pay attention.
Okay. How do you refute this, Dad? What Haley's
She-
saying is right.
She was not
Keep
an
going.
illegal alien. She came here legally and did it correctly. That makes Nanny and everybody else legal.
So there are people here who are just waiting for their papers. There are people here on visa. That's legal. And
Well,
they're going to send them back.
That's right. But the other people are gone.
You just said it's a legal
rest
matter.
are
If they're
going
here
bye-bye.
legally with a visa and their fucking kids born here because they are not naturalized citizens,
They're
they're
not
going to send them
American
all back.
citizens.
You said legality is all you care about, and they
That's
are
right.
here on a legal
Oh my
visa.
God.
See,
No, don't.
okay.
Oh my
Blow
God.
this out
You're
your
being
ass,
refuted
you
here, Dad,
garbage
and you can't
shit.
handle it.
No, I think
Yes. He
No,
can't
what-
handle the truth.
like Grandma Gert did
No, you're the
come.
fucking one sitting here trying to augment the 14th Amendment into what you think it ought to be.
Grandma
That's what it
Gert-
has been for 100 years.
No,
Grandma
Yes.
Gert.
wrong.
Grandma Gert
Right.
went to Ellis Island. She was a kid herself. Her mom
Yeah.
and dad had to sign the register,
You two've got
As
a lot
to-
to learn.
where they came from, where they were going.
You laugh all you want, jackass. You live in hell already.
Oh
That
my
was literally one of the phone calls I got with some old lady that was like, "Honey, you got a lot to learn. I'm older than you." It was
Yeah.
like the boomer generation that has like the
Have
Mahjong
won.
effect.
have
Jesus Christ,
won.
man.
Don't yell.
We are the winners. You are the fucking losers.
Don't
Get
yell.
used to it.
Please don't
But
yell.
you don't see it as like, A, I guess you don't see us as your children, just as losers. But B, you don't see
That's
us
right.
as your fellow Americans. And that is what
As long as you keep holding on to this bullshit,
bullshit. What am
You're
I holding
losing.
on to?
the
Democracy.
14th Amendment bullshit. Chad,
It's-
you already live in
In
a
hell.
city
I know.
that's controlled by fucking Democrats
Uh-huh.
who's going to try to use the 14th Amendment to get their way. You're going to still live in a shithole when it's over.
Mm.
You live in a bombed out fucking society and you don't even know it.
Okay.
What's the truth?
What bombs fit LA?
His name's Gavin Newsom.
Okay, good one. Let's move on to our
Good one.
fourth topic. How much time we got?
Got him.
Fourth topic, Trump's deportations. Mom, are you there?
Yeah.
In his first week back in office, Trump initiated aggressive immigration enforcement actions through executive order. That has resulted in about 1,000 arrests already targeting undocumented immigrants with criminal records. For the first
Ooh, look
time,
at that.
U.S. Air Force planes
I'm taking
were
it
used
away.
to deport detainees, incurring significantly
this.
higher costs.
I'll take it away.
You guys having a conversation? Mom? Hello?
No,
What's going on?
I'm feeding Kitty some ice or she can't breathe.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep reading this news. Can you hear me?
listening.
Okay. For the first time, U.S. Air Force planes were used to deport detainees, incurring significantly higher costs, up to 10 times that of commercial flight alternatives. The deportation process typically involves a hearing before an immigration judge, but Trump's executive order to expedite the removal allows for quicker deportations without a hearing under certain conditions. Despite these efforts, the administration faces logistical and legal challenges. In an embarrassing moment for Trump, Mexico refused a U.S. deportation flight due to administrative issues. Images have surfaced of deportees boarding a plane in shackles, sparking advocacy groups to express concerns over the treatment of detainees during transportation. Undocumented immigrants constitute a substantial portion of the agricultural workforce, with estimates indicating that about 42% of U.S. farm workers lack legal status. Dad, you're always talking about finances and stuff. Are you good with paying 10 times the cost to deport these people that it would cost if they did it the regular way?
Sure.
Okay. It's a good use of tax dollars.
Well, it's better than the use we're using now.
All right. Mom, what do you think about that?
If you are not a citizen legally, you need to go.
But should it cost us, the taxpayer, 10 times the amount of money that it normally does? Just because Trump wants to make a show of it?
That's who's our president now, so we have to do what he says. Kind of like when the other one was our president, we had to do all kinds of weird stuff.
Such as?
Lots. I don't want to get into it.
Name one thing that you had to
So
do.
much weird stuff. I can't
Just
even
name
think
one
of the
thing that
stuff
you had to
how
do.
he screwed our country out.
That you didn't want to do.
Fucking masks for no reason.
Giving illegals
Wearing a
little
mask. That was during
card,
Trump.
Giving illegals a card before they even came across the border. Put $5,000 on it. Then when they came across, they got more money.
Yeah.
And they're not even legal. He would give them money left and right.
Okay.
Put them on an airplane, then put them in hotels in New York. All for they would get 3 meals a day. This is recorded. They
3
came out of
meals
the
a day.
hotel telling people.
Outrageous. Okay. Haley, why do you think he's using military planes?
Why not? What's he supposed to use?
mostly
Commercial
to-
planes. That's how they
back.
usually do it.
I mean, I think this is to send a message. I think he's trying to get people ready for a militarized state. He's trying
agree.
to.
Oh dear God! What?
He is-
How else is he
this
going to
is
get
like
the people back
some-
to where they came from?
This is some Third Reich shit.
Absolutely.
Like,
Put them
we're
first
about to
class in an
see-
airplane.
we're about to see loyalists become generals and just
Yes.
fucking everything is becoming militarized. And he's showing us right now to test
Yeah.
the
You
waters.
know why
Like, what do
he
you
has
think?
to do it militarized?
And
because Biden fucked this country up so bad. We've
the
got to bring
video
our military in to
footage,
make it right.
the video footage of just like these people in shackles.
Yep.
Being put into military vehicles. It is all reminiscent of Nazi Germany, and
Absolutely.
he is testing the waters to see how we react and
Yeah.
what he can get away with.
Those are people that most of those came from prisons that have done bad things. He's pulling them out of prison and sending them back.
You have absolutely no proof of who these people are. It's just at this point hearsay who they're
Okay.
deporting. You literally have no idea who these people are.
Okay.
And so they can put out whatever narrative they want. It's literally called propaganda, and you guys
Yeah.
have fallen for it. And so now
100%.
half of the nation is terrified of these people being put in shackles, putting into military vehicles.
I'm not
And we don't
afraid.
know who they are, and we don't know what they've done.
In 3
And this is
months,
100% echoes
they won't even be talking.
fucking like Auschwitz. And I'm
Yeah.
just ready
Get on
for
the
the
train.
detention camps to show up.
No.
And then you're going to
Yep.
see children and you're going to see women. And because he has desensitized you to
Let's
this
hope.
shit, you're going to be fucking cool with it. And there
No,
are
Dad
people,
likes it. Dad wants to see that shit.
I want
these
to
are
see them
just,
all go back.
these are people. You know, the way that you
They're
talk
not
about, he puts
people,
them
they're
in
illegal
hotels,
immigrants.
he feeds these people. They're fucking people.
No, they're not.
Like, you claim to be a Christian, but
They're
you have
not my
hatred
people.
for humanity.
The ones
My
that
way and the highway.
the ones that need to go back are the ones that are committing crimes, that are taking
And
over
they
apartments
effectively
in
do
Aurora.
that.
The ones that are
Quit your fucking crime.
the ones that are taking over apartment complexes,
Right.
the gangs.
You're
Okay.
So
gonna-
when,
Mom,
The
so
Mom,
when,
hang on.
What?
Mom, I'll give you that. All the criminals, the gangs, people who are taking over cities, as you
Cartel.
believe is happening, they should all go
Yes.
back. What about those kids that are born on U.S. soil that are literally babies? They will also be deported now.
They
That's
need to
correct.
go with their family. If their family was not legal, they have to go back with them. How
You
can
think
leave
you
a
think
little
they're going to keep
2-month-old
these
baby
families
over here?
together?
What?
the fucking dude in charge of all this, I forget his name, the nom for this, has literally said, there's fucking orphanages, there's foster homes.
No, he did not. He said, we
Yes,
will
he
not
did.
separate families. They will all go back together.
We'll see if that happens.
That is what
Okay,
he said.
we'll see what
His
happens.
exact quote.
It's already happening, you idiot.
It's the exact quote. He
All
said,
right.
we will not separate
They are
families.
getting you ready. They are getting you ready for images of entire fucking families to be carted off in chains, and you're going to be down for it.
No.
bet
You're going to be
that's
okay
right.
with it. And you're
No.
going to, they're
In
not
fact,
legal. They're
they're
not
probably-
legal. They're just
probably leaving
people.
too many of them here. They need to send them all in chains.
All right.
They're
Let me ask
fucking
you.
children.
Let me ask you
Big
this, Mom
deal.
and Dad. You're always talking about, prices going up and how much it costs you to go eat at Sonic and all of this. If 42% of the workforce, the labor force that picks your food, that grows your food on these farms across America is deported, prices for all of your groceries, for all of your Sonic hamburgers are going to go up exponentially.
Fine.
Will you be okay with that? Is that
I
a
do not
worth
think
it?
those are the people he's going to rip out of here. I promise. I do not. This is
Once-
my belief. Just listen to me. My belief. I don't think he's going to take those people. He will take
So
the
you-
ones that have done crimes, that
So
that have
listen,
done crimes.
they are going into schools, churches, and hospitals.
Oh, where have you seen that? Where
in
have
the
you
fucking
seen that?
news. ICE
Can
is
that be real?
they've already been going into restaurants in Los Angeles. There's a whole restaurant that posted these are your legal rights when ICE enters your facility, and you can hide all of your employees in your fucking kitchen because it is against the rules to let the public back there. You don't have to say shit to ICE, you don't have to give names, you don't have to give legal status.
You think your dad and I are so mean and bad about this? We've given some illegal stuff here. They swim
Oh.
across. We knew it. We know
Swim
'em.
across what? You live in Oklahoma. What are they,
They
swimming
swim
across?
the river to
What
get
river? The
up
Oklahoma
into
River?
where
What are you
they
talking about?
I cannot give you names.
I'm not
We
looking
bought
for
them
names.
clothes. We gave them things. Those are the people I don't want them going back. Of
Okay,
course
well,
I
they're
don't.
going back.
They're going back.
I don't believe it.
How do
They
you not
haven't
believe it?
murdered anyone. They're not a criminal.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to tell you, Mom. All of these people crossing the border, a lot of them are just like that.
Dad, what are
That's
you
your
watching?
belief. I don't believe it.
What are you watching, Dad?
I'm watching Newsmax.
Cool. All right, let's move on to our final topic, shall we? Mom, are you there? You've disappeared?
Yes, I-
Okay.
here.
Our last topic is Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth was confirmed as the U.S. Secretary of Defense this week. The Senate reached a 50-50 deadlock vote on his nomination, which was broken by Vice President J.D. Vance. He was the tiebreaker. Hegseth, a former TV host for Fox News, faced a contentious confirmation process due to allegations of sexual assault, excessive drinking on the job, and financial mismanagement. Notably, Republican Senators Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, and Mitch McConnell joined Democrats in opposing his nomination, citing concerns about his experience and character. In his inaugural address, Hegseth emphasized his commitment to restoring the military's warrior ethos, as he put it, and focusing on enhancing lethality, meritocracy, and accountability within the Department of Defense. Mom, what would have to happen under Hegseth for you to think he's doing a good or a bad job?
what kind of change in the military or how the military is operating around the world would have to take place for you to think, you know what? He was the right choice, or shit, we shouldn't have picked him.
If he shows up drunk a lot, I guess. I guess if he shows up drunk, they said
Yeah,
he shows
that would
up
be
drunk
bad.
sometimes. That would be bad. That would be very bad.
Okay.
Give it time. That's all we can do.
But he's controlling the military.
Right.
Millions of people under his purview.
Right.
If he can't manage that just in a kind of bureaucratic way, which he has no experience doing anything on that level, not even close, there could be huge pieces of the machine that start to fall apart or not work properly.
And Trump won't let that happen.
How is he
Well,
going to
Fox-
do anything?
A Fox News host is now in charge of the largest military in the world.
Yeah. Dad, you're
That
cool with
doesn't
that, right?
terrify you?
No. Trump is there. He's there with him.
What does
Okay.
Trump know about the military? Absolutely nothing. What does Trump know about anything? Absolutely
God.
nothing.
Okay.
Let me ask you this, just in terms of like Fox News host, Trump is also a TV show host. That's what he is primarily known for before becoming president. Do you think TV hosts make good politicians and good members of cabinets, and they should be running the government?
Some of it is like theatrical. Some of it is now. That's the way it goes today.
Yeah.
You know what? I hope too that he just doesn't like go into the hospital, have operations, and not tell us about it. Stuff like
Who?
that. Be missing for
Trump?
how many days was the other guy missing? 3 or 4 days.
What are you talking
Nobody
about?
knew
What
where
other
he
guy?
was.
What's going on here?
The head of our military when Biden was there.
Oh, right.
Do you remember that
Yeah.
guy? He went to the hospital for some prostate issues, had an operation, was knocked out under anesthetic, and no one even knew it. No one knew it.
Got to take that. Do you think that, you're talking about these secret operations. Do you think Trump should disclose all of his medical dealings as well? Or is he
I don't
allowed
know.
to have secret operations?
I don't know. Has that ever been brought up before with presidents?
What?
If it was,
they've
Joe
hidden
Biden
their medical
would have had a
issues?
lobotomy
Absolutely.
and been out of there a long time ago.
Yeah. No,
Look at Biden.
multiple presidents have hidden severe medical conditions from the public. Okay, so you guys are all for Hegseth, and you see no problems with him.
Not right now. No.
Drunk on the job. People at Fox News said they didn't like working with him, that he was terrible, essentially. His
Not
own
to
mom.
mention he has no experience in what
Yeah.
they just hired him to do. Literally
Okay.
none.
Okay.
And Austin did.
All right.
That was the guy that went under for like
That was the
3 or
black guy who didn't do his job
went
Yeah.
under
for 4 years.
for his operation. Biden didn't even know where he was.
Mhm.
But that's
All right.
okay.
And he
Let's-
only got his job because of DEI.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Let's one final thing to round out
But
this
he
episode.
had tons of experience.
Yeah.
Haley.
Okay.
Dad, I'm going to start with you. How do you think Trump's first week went?
Very good. It's going to go better now.
Well, the first week is over, so it can't go any other way.
Well, he did very good.
They're saying
Okay.
he did more in 1 week than Biden did in 4 years.
Who's
We
that?
got all
In what-
kinds of
in
shit.
what-
Newsmax.
In what regard?
We've already got a
Because
lot of shit.
As
fixed
far
that
as
was
I'm
broken.
concerned, people
Let's see.
people
Went to
still
North
have-
Carolina, went to Los
people
Angeles,
still have- he
closed
did-
the fucking border in
Gave
different
nothing.
2,000
2,000-pound bombs to the Israelis to finish off Hamas.
Stopped federal money to Ukraine finally. Thank
Okay.
you, Lord.
So still, again, hasn't even addressed the housing crisis. So people still have no
What housing
fucking
crisis?
grasp of hope to buy a home.
You got a
People
housing
cannot
crisis
afford-
in your neighborhood?
Well,
People
give-
cannot afford groceries.
give
They
it
want
Really?
time.
to.
Save your
Really?
daughter's money. Quit
But this
giving
is
it away.
I just want to present something to you, Mom and Dad. This is how Trump operates. Trump cares about two things: money and having his name on as much shit as possible. Changing names. I'm the one who gets to name this. I'm renaming
Who
this
who
mountain
believes
and
that?
this gulf.
Chat is.
Who
This
believes
is
it?
chat.
He's doing it. The Gulf of
No, he's
America?
not.
The Gulf of America. You didn't hear
And
about
he
that?
wants to change Mount Denali back to Mount
McKinley.
What's
which is
wrong
what
with
it was
that?
to begin with.
What's wrong with that?
Because he needs to have his name on shit. That's why he has Trump
McKinley's
buildings
not
everywhere.
his name.
None of those words you just said say Trump.
Right, but it's
Right.
him changing
Right. Oh,
the
right.
names of these things.
You're
He
so
needs
full
to
of
have that
shit.
control to, like, he wants to imprint his kind of his name and his
Oh.
influence on everything that he
I
can
can't
before he
spend
gets
another
out.
minute listening to this shit.
Okay, so what he is doing is he is sending you these images of, look what I'm doing to the immigrants. I'm getting them out of here. Look what I'm doing to DEI. He's forcing you to stoke your hatred of these other people, whatever you may perceive them
It's
to be,
working.
non-white people. Right, and it's
that-
working. Meanwhile, he is creating meme coins that are garnering him billions of dollars. No president has ever
Good.
done anything like that before.
Good.
He is sucking money straight out of the American people to give to himself, to enrich his billionaire friends,
Good.
and we are going to be left with nothing.
Oh my God, that is your opinion. I don't believe it. He's going to make
He's
America.
already
literally
started-
doing it.
He
Oh,
already
you know
started
what?
with Medicare
y'all
and
just
Medicaid.
Shut up, and in 3 months you come back and talk to me.
Yeah.
He planned to
Medicare-
give
You come and talk to
$500
me in 3
billion
months, and your life will be 10 times better than
to
it
these
is
AI
now.
companies. And then Elon Musk got pissed because he wasn't among those companies that was going to be getting the $500 billion.
You
So
guys
there's already a
are
little.
so much better off in 3 months. You won't even
Okay.
be crying anymore.
And every large corporation is now bending the knee. Target is
Yeah.
rolling back all their DEI shit. Like every large corporation. The only giant that I've seen stand up is Costco. Costco's always a fucking legend among these fucking pieces of shit. So I'm going to go get a Costco membership.
Nice.
Stay there.
Maybe I will
Good for
too.
you.
Nothing wrong
Mom?
with that.
Mom, do you
Yeah.
think what do you think of his first week?
His first week, I think it's awesome, but I don't think we've seen anything yet. He's going
Okay.
to do a lot more, and I can't wait. He's the
Hey-
best president we've ever had. Biden
Right.
was the worst piece of shit we've ever had. And the reason that we're having to go to military strength to do some of this stuff is because Biden had us in such a bad place.
But
He
that's just
ruined
wrong.
our
You
United
could
States.
deport these people
He
on commercial
hated
flights.
our United States.
Listen, Biden's gone. We're focused on Trump now. That's the world we're in. I know that you guys need to have like an enemy, a target to focus your hatred. That's how
no,
Trump-
I'm just trying to tell you the reason Trump is doing stuff now is because what happened to us with the last 4 years. And
Okay.
I'll never say that motherfucker's name again other than motherfucker. That's how much I liked him.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You need to cling to a hatred of whoever the supposed enemy is, even if they're no longer in office. How long you guys have been railing against Obama and he's been out of office for a decade.
Oh, by the way, that was
yeah.
one of my ditties I didn't get to.
Okay.
Rumors are, and it's rumors, I'm sure.
Yeah, him and
maybe.
Big Mike are getting divorced.
That's the rumor. And
Right.
that he had an affair with Jennifer Aniston. That's a rumor. That's all I'm
He
saying.
got tired of screwing.
Alleged.
He got tired of
What the
screwing
hell?
the guy.
Stop it.
Okay.
Okay.
Obama got tired of screwing men.
Okay.
Haley, what do you think of Trump's first week in office?
Haley's
He's not addressing anything real. He's not
Yeah.
addressing any of these problems that we're all facing.
Oh my God.
Americans
Because he's
are-
exacerbating.
Wait a minute.
Purposely.
North Carolina, people sleeping in tents when it's snowing.
The
because
biggest issue
Biden gave
facing
them how much? $600.
Listen. This is the biggest issue facing not only America, but
my
the
God.
entire population of humanity. It's income equality. All of the money is getting sucked to the top 0.01%, which means the middle class
Yes.
disappears. It means lower middle class and lower class just gets fucking obliterated. And he is
I got
making
news
it
for you.
worse
The middle
on
class
purpose.
disappeared under Biden. You
Yeah.
stupid shit.
Okay.
I,
And FEMA.
I feel like
How about
I
FEMA?
literally think that
Oh, listening to you
if
two
it
is
continues-
worthless.
Okay. Let me
if
talk.
it continues
Might
like
as
this
well
and
listen
it does
to
get
blah, 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 blah.
That's what you're
If it-
listening to every day on Newsmax.
No, it's not.
if it does get as bad as we all
That's
think it's going to
reality.
get, it is going to set the fucking tone for a revolution. And people are going to
Mhm.
start doing
I agree.
real shit
How about
to
FEMA?
get rid of
you
these
think that's a
to
good
get rid of these
organization?
billionaires.
You think
I
FEMA's
totally
good,
agree.
where they take funds and give it to DEI and other things, and not help the people that really need it? That
There
needs-
is a phrase.
He's thinking
eat
about
the
getting rid of it. I
rich.
think that's a
Yup.
great idea.
I agree.
There is a phrase called "eat the rich." You guys should Google it. I feel like it is It will come to this.
I
If
think
we
so. We're already seeing it.
continue,
Luigi
if we
Mangione.
yes, if we continue at this rate, it's going to be a Mario fucking party. Okay.
I agree.
I think very real shit is going to pop off.
Me too. And my hope is, I'm not advocating this. This is just what I dream about. Musk, Zuckerberg, Bezos.
Yes.
Take them out.
Yes.
I think something like that is coming because they have their security details, but it ain't like the president. They don't have a secret service. And I think that those,
They don't
maybe
like
even it's going to be
something,
an
so they're gonna
inside job. I could see an employee of one of their companies
Well,
who's
that's
just like,
a flip.
fuck you, does it, you know?
Yeah.
That's a flip.
If there are more Luigi Mangionis
Oh,
out
so
there.
you're all for shooting us now, huh?
Shooting
You're
you.
not a billionaire.
Yeah, Dad, I don't know if you understand this. You still
No,
think
I
that you
think
have
you
more in
don't
common
understand
with Elon Musk than you do with
You're
your own
not-
children.
Yeah, you're not in that.
Yeah, that's
company.
right. I do believe more what Elon Musk is going to do than my own children. That is
Okay.
a fucking fact.
And Dad, let me ask you this. You're 71 now, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever think when you were younger you would get to a point where you are more aligned with a political figure or a billionaire than you are with your own family?
Yes.
You thought it was going to happen.
Yes.
At what point did you have that idea?
What made me have that idea?
Yeah.
Because I knew at some point the United States of America, the people that really care about it, would get fed up with this shit and go to war. And that's where we're at.
But how did that make you think that you would feel you had more in common with a South African tech billionaire than your own children?
Because he cares about what happens to me and the other part of the government does not. Therefore, I believe we needed to, I actually believe probably in my 50s
Yeah.
that we would see a revolutionary war again, and it would be us against the woke right or woke left.
Okay. Let me ask
And
one
I
final
believe,
question.
And I believe that war has already started.
Okay. Let me ask one final question to everybody. I know we're going into a few minutes over here, but I am curious about this. Elon Musk did a Heil Hitler Nazi salute on stage twice, back to back. Hang on.
Good for him.
Hang on.
Let him finish.
Please let me talk.
That was going to be my goodbye to you guys, from my heart to yours.
You guys are doing a Nazi salute here on the show.
I am.
Jesus.
Okay. So you do think he did a Nazi salute and you're in favor of it, Dad?
I'm all for it.
Okay. Mom, do you think he did a Nazi salute?
No.
What do you
Here's
think it
the
was
deal.
then?
No. Here's the deal. If you hate
sent me
him-
the picture of Tim Waltz. Tim
I will.
Waltz is simply
there's one
waving.
with
His
Hillary
hand is
Clinton.
up.
No, there's one with Hillary Clinton. There's one with Obama. They're both doing it like that. Here's the deal. If you don't like him,
Yeah.
that was the Nazi salute. If you do like him, that was from my heart to yours. Thank you.
Let me
And
just
you know, he
correct
is
you and give you
autistic.
facts.
He is on the spectrum of autism, and
I am
So
also
am I.
on the
Asperger's.
spectrum of autism, and
He
I
was
don't do Nazi
excited.
salutes.
He was like, "Oh,
I've
thank
never
you.
done a salute.
Thank
I've never done a Nazi salute.
He didn't do that, and that's where you're wrong. He didn't say, "Oh," he said,
He
That is
said,
literally
"From
what he
my
did."
heart to yours."
But then
No,
he turned
there was
around and did the
interviewed him.
salute to
Behind
the
him.
Republican Party on a giant screen.
And he also he was on a teleprompter live at some like alt-right Germany convention with
Yeah.
like 5,000 people. And it was
Yes.
very much like Nazi centric.
From my heart to yours.
Okay, that's bullshit.
then
And
the next line
and your
was, "Thank you-
pictures of all of
Thank
these
you for everything you've done for us.
the pictures of all of these other politicians that you're claiming were doing a Sieg Heil are
Uh-huh.
photos of moments captured from videos. When you play the video of all those politicians, they weren't doing the fucking Nazi salute.
Don't say another word.
But Dad, you're pro-Nazi salute. You are a neo-Nazi. Mom, do you think? Let's just say I know you don't think it was a Nazi salute.
Not a Nazi. My God.
He just did the Nazi salute 10 times with pride.
Oh my God. You know you're not. Stop it. You have
Mom.
people come kill us?
Shit.
Mom,
Bring it.
you
Bring
at least
all you
seem to
got.
think it's a bad thing if he did the Nazi salute. Is that accurate to say?
Yes, but he didn't do it.
Okay, so
He
you
did it.
ignore that he did it.
I did it.
Dad says
Again,
he
if
did
you
do it
like
and
him,
likes it
he
and
didn't. If you
does it
don't like
himself.
him, he did.
He
Okay.
did it. It's disgusting.
No, he
All right.
didn't.
That wraps up this show,
God
our first
damn
week
thing.
into Trump's presidency. I can't wait to see what happens next week. Please join us for that and send in your questions. We didn't have time to get to one today because we had a lot to cover, but please send in your questions to...
22nd.
I have to say one thing to Haley.
Can I just say this real quick?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Please send in your questions to the necessaryconversationpod@gmail.com in a 1 minute or shorter audio or video format. I go through them all. We did have a good one queued up for today. Maybe we'll get to it next week, or maybe it will get beat by a new one that somebody sends in. We don't know. All right, Mom, you had something to say.
Do not travel to any place that you think you need to go deliver those damn cookies. Is your life worth it? Do not
gonna travel.
travel for your security, for my peace of mind. Please don't.
Get strapped.
If
You know
it
what?
was that, if it's that important, they will come to you.
Dad, would you be proud of Haley if she killed somebody in self-defense, but
Stop
it was
it.
a MAGA person?
What do you mean?
Like if she's delivering cookies, let's say somebody comes into her store with a gun and is like, I'm going to fucking kill all of you. And Haley domes him. Would you be
Yeah.
proud of her or sad that a MAGA died?
No, it's fine that she shot him.
Okay. Just checking. Well, thank you everybody for joining us this week. We will be back next week with another show.
I mean, it's senseless. This fucking shit is so senseless.
What's senseless?
You?
Why would you ask Dad a question like that?
Because he's
So
pro-murder,
where the-
but he's also
yeah, where are the
pro-MAGA.
priorities? What's
So I'm
the
just trying to see
priority?
where it falls. He said
Well, the
nothing this
priority
episode.
right now is you being too stupid to go to
Yeah.
DC.
The
You
priority.
can't do that. And you better save your fucking money and quit donating it to people.
Why do
You
you
may
think
need it for your daughter's education, you dumbass.
The
Wait a minute. I thought you were
priority
against
is-
colleges, Dad.
Huh?
I thought you were against colleges.
I am.
Then why
But
do you need to
she's
pay?
not. She's
What?
not. They're going to send her.
The priority is your safety, Haley, and that's why we don't
Haley's
want you
going
to
to
go.
send her.
Please don't go.
I don't do you think that like upon entrance to Washington DC stepping off the plane that I'm just going to be bombed or something? I don't understand. Have you ever
Possible.
been to
That city
Washington
is not
DC?
safe. It's not as
Have you
safe.
ever been to Washington DC?
I have
Yes.
never. I've read. I also have
I've
patriots
been
that
to
are telling
Washington,
me.
D.C. probably 50 times.
I have patriots.
We
that are
were
telling me
literally there.
people-
Huh?
We were there less
Women
than 1 year
disappear
ago.
on one
I
highway
was
there.
literally there too, Haley.
We were there
Not
less
the
than a
same.
year ago,
Yeah.
and it's literally the cleanest, safest city I think we've traveled to in a very
Oh
long
my
time.
God.
That's
Oh my
bullshit.
God.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I experienced it, and you guys just watch Newsmax. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I am
All right.
too.
Silly me.
I've been there more than you have.
Okay,
Trust
gotta
me.
go. I
Okay,
have to play late.
everyone, we've had a very heated show today, but we must remember we are a family. And despite the fact that Dad wishes us death, I do love you, Dad. And I think we will see each other in that never ending eternal plane of consciousness upon both of our deaths. Mom, I love you. Haley, I love you. And I'm very proud of all the shit you're doing. Being able to turn a bakery into a force for a political message is beyond amazing to me. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck and stuff as you go forward. I can't wait to hear if you get to meet Budde.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. Chad, I love you. Willow got accepted to another college, so that's two so far.
What was that?
nice.
And thanks for
We-
telling us, not telling us earlier. Where was
She
it
just
to?
told me. She just told me. She found out 4 days ago, and I just learned of it.
Mom, now you found some way to be super pissed at Haley for
Okay,
a
here's the
piece
deal.
of good news.
Here's the deal. On social media, I have to find all this shit out.
What's the
I never-
school?
On social media, what's the
Shut
school?
up. What's the school?
She got accepted to UT and Colorado University.
That's great.
Both are very good. Very good. I love you, Chad. I love you, Haley. I'm very proud of oh God, of what you're doing too. But your safety is more important to me than your celebrity. So I think
I'm just trying to start the revolution one cookie at a time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know
Nice.
what I'm saying about safety?
It's already started.
Did you make any Luigi Mangione cookies?
I love you, Bob.
No, it's
That's too far. It's over the line.
like I don't want to condone murder,
course.
you know, but I feel like what he did was so important, but in the moment I was like, I can't touch that. I can't touch
agree.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love everybody.
Do you?
What do you
Hey.
mean, do I?
How can you love people that you think are stupid and live in bombed out cesspools of their own free
It
will?
doesn't make me hate you.
Oh,
Makes
all right.
me think you're stupid.
All right. Well, there you have
Also,
it. A
Chad-
benevolent love from the all-knowing father figure.
One last
That's
thing.
not new.
One last thing. Barn Drama is Real Chad, and that's what we're going to call it. Barn Drama is Real Chad, and I've got outlines. We're ready to go. So
Okay,
You have
wait.
outlines?
So I need to donate all this money from my merch.
Yeah.
We sold a lot of shit and I'm going to donate a percentage to an LA, fire shit. Should I just do the fire station?
I'm not sure what
You
is
should
the
put it in
best
a
charity
college
to go
fund
for.
your daughter.
I would just Google it because there's a bunch of them going on right now. And
Put
there's
it in a fund
Kickstarters
for
and there's
your
all kinds
daughter.
of stuff.
give it to Kitty Cat.
Don't be giving money away that you're going to need.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining
at the
us.
staring at me.
What?
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. We will
Tell
see
'em.
you all next week.
This was a disaster.
Thank
I
you.
can't do this. I can't do it anymore, I don't think.